Earlier this month, the state's Department of Environmental Conservation released its full report on the likely effects of drilling for natural gas upstate and plans to regulate the process known as hydrofracking.
Now, hydrofracking is a very big subject in the United States right now, especially here in New York State.
The materials used for hydrofracking don't biodegrade. Once they're in the environment, they're in the environment to stay.
Approval for safety by the EPA and creation of inexpensive energy sources, hydrofracking for oil and natural gas is under attack by the Department of Interior.
Josh Fox, the man behind the hydrofracking documentary Gasland, was arrested while trying to film a subcommittee hearing in Washington. Well, now Tonko was speaking out in support of Fox. Tonko says the committee encouraged the chair to allow Fox to film the meeting.
That this form of natural gas drilling is inherently contaminating to water supplies, and that is an irreversible and irrevocable process.
Senator Ball wants Governor Cuomo to tour Pennsylvania to see the negative effects hydrofracking can have on local communities. This as the governor is refusing to hear any more public comment on the issue.
There's a potential economic upside for the state, especially for the southern tier. We get that. There's also a potential for negative health consequences, and we're very careful about that. So we want to know what we're doing before we do it.
And if it means that, land around your houses gets fracked and some of the contaminants flow into your drinking water, maybe people around there get sick, well, that's your problem, not their problem. They're still getting paid either way.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic Check is a show where we conduct various street interviews geared to hear the voice of the hard-working class residents of New York City. Every second of every minute of the day, week, month, and year, there is always something happening in this city. The problem is, the majority of our stories are being told for those media conglomerates that only spit out one-sided views. Mic Check's mission is to give a full 360 degree on major events, protests, and political agendas that matter to you the most. We are here to inform, educate, and entertain the working class residents with information that is vital to your survival.
You guys have any idea what hydrofracking is?
Not at all.
No. Do you know what hydrofracking is?
I know a little of it.
A little bit of hydrofracking. Can you tell me a little bit, you don't have to tell me a lot, of what you know about it?
They dig into the ground with chemicals. A drill, and then spread a chemical to break down the stuff and whatever.
Okay. All right. So, do you know why it's bad?
Not really.
All right. Okay, so the reason that it is bad is because it can poison our water supply. Where they're planning on drilling is that they're planning on drilling in the upstate near our water supplies. Like, how much water do you drink a day?
A lot. Like more than 8 cups.
Tap or bottled?
Filtered.
Filtered water? Okay. All right, so how many glasses of water do you guys drink a day, or at least do you think?
2 cups of water a day.
2 cups of water?
Maximum 2 bottles.
2 bottles?
Yeah.
2 bottles. Tell me 5 things that you do with tap water.
I cook with it, clean myself with it, brush my teeth, wash stuff.
Okay, so given the fact that it seems really important, why do you think that nobody really knows about it?
Because they don't say much about it around schools, do they?
I guess they don't want people to know, get scared.
So what is hydrofracking? Hydrofracking is a controversial issue that has yet to go mainstream. That will be debated for many years to come. Hydrofracking, hydraulic frolicking, you break that down, it's cracking through the use of water. which makes it possible to produce these tight oil and gas reservoirs that lie far below the Earth's surface. A hole is drilled that goes 7,000 feet below, containing a gas rock formation, most of shale, marshmallow shell that is. The hole is a shield with a protective shell, a pipe layer more or less. This keeps the drill well separated from the various rock layers it cuts through, including aquifers that contains water we drink daily. With the well-drilled water that is shot into the marshmallow shell, it fractures it. The natural gas collects into the water and then contaminates our water.
Just give it a second. Whoa!
Hi, this is Anthony Gucciardi, and it's very rare that you actually get to see what tap water looks like. In this instance, I'm showing you the contamination of the tap water and the after effects. What you're seeing right now is the overflow tray from my personal water filtration device. It's a 12-stage system, and the gunk in there is basically contamination, heavy metals, pesticides, chemicals, drug residue, urine, fecal matter, dirt, dust, the works in there. And very often you'll hear about how tap water is so contaminated, but you'll never really see it in this light here. So I just wanted to show you this to give you an understanding of what you're actually putting into your body when you're drinking unfiltered tap water.
I think this is terrible. I think this is disgusting. I don't understand why you guys are imitating it. This is worse than blackfacing. This is ridiculous. Why are you guys disrespecting Harlem? Why? And wasn't this made in like Ethiopia?
We're going to be part of the youth in this generation, and we're going to be part of the youth in this generation who are part of putting an end to those days. Who are part of putting an end to those days. When this system and its enforcers, does whatever they want to people, without people being inspired and organized, to stand up, and build up the strength to end this madness.
Here is Dasani water. Actually, it's probably a little bit better up here. Okay, so you can see that that's pretty orange. So here we go with Aquafina. Okay, it's pretty acidic, right? If you're drinking this and you got osteoporosis or cancer or gout. Gout's caused from too much uric acid, right? It was like putting gasoline on the fire. Here we have Arrowhead. Acidic. Here is vitamin water. Acidic. Gatorade. Acidic. 7-Up. Acidic. Here is tap water. Now look at tap water. Tap water is actually a greenish color, right? It's a lot better than the others. But don't get too excited about this. The reason it's green is water is normally found in the orange stage. Okay? But by government mandate, they put lye in the water. Lye is very, very alkaline. Okay? It's also one of the main ingredients in Drano. It's the main ingredient in soap. And they put lye in the water because if water was in this orange state right over here, it would rust the pipes underneath your house. So the government is more concerned about the pipes underneath your house than they are on the pipes in your body. And here is the Kangen water, which is free of lye and free of chemicals. Okay? And as you can see, it's that nice purple color that we want. Now, what do you think would happen if I took a tablespoon of the Kangen water and put it into the dishonest water? You think I can get it to green with a tablespoon? Yeah? Got some brave people? Okay, here we go. Okay? Take it from an acidic state to an alkaline state. Here we go with Aquafina. Okay? Take it from an acidic state to an alkaline state. Here is Arrowhead. This represents a Perrier, all your sparkling drinks, Canada Dry. Look at that. Wow. Takes 19 glasses of this of the Kangen water, neutralize 1 glass of Arrowhead, Perrier, you name it. That's how acidic it is. Here we go with vitamin water. Okay, a lot of people drink this stuff. It's not even budging, is it? It takes 23 glasses of this water, neutralize 1 glass of vitamin water. Here we go with Gatorade. What a lot of athletes like to drink. Okay. And you know when you get acid, when you work out, you get that lactic acid that builds up in your body. Okay? When you're drinking this, it just adds more acid in your body. When you drink this, athletes recuperate much faster, much more endurance, much more increase their VO2 max. It's amazing. Here is the 7-Up. Takes 32 glasses of this water to neutralize 1 glass of Coke, Pepsi, Diet Coke, Sprite. You name it, that's how acidic it is. And here's the tap water. Okay, make that more alkaline. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this 7-Up and we're going to take 1 capful. So we're going to take this cap and we're going to take 1 capful and put it into the Dasani water. Yeah, just killed it. Here we go with Aquafina. Okay, just killed that. Here we go with tap water. Okay, and here is pure Kangen water. It's fighting it off, right? That's why cancer is overtaken heart disease as the #1 killer in the United States.
Well, I own a house in Pennsylvania. I'm not in the grid that they're looking for. And my niece lives in Virginia. I know a lot about them taking the mountains off and just disturbing the waters, and I really don't think we should be doing it at all, to be honest with you. I think it's a really bad idea. Well, I think it really damages the whole environment, the water, the trees, the species that need that to survive. I'm big on being all green. I have an all-green company. We're all glass, no plastics in our environment. It's called Rescue Me, and I'm trying to rescue as many things as I possibly can. The animals, the environment, and children of natural disasters. So.
And do you know Governor Cuomo is actually allowing it to be done in New York City? I just want to know, like, if you was to say anything to him, what would you tell him?
I'd say get it together.
Now, no hydrofracking!
It changes when people demand change. Democracy does work.
No more trust in you. No hydrofracking.
Hydrofracking is a different issue that we didn't get to. We will get to hydrofracking. It's not a budget issue, but it is a very important issue.
And just a while back, you said that you saw these construction workers and you asked them what they're doing. And what did they say?
They said that there was a water main break. It was like the EVP people, and it looked like a whirlpool. And I thought that a car had went over the FDR or something, or like an animal was trapped. And they said it was a water main break, but it did smell like garbage. So I don't know what, they said it's very far down on the sea level floor, but it smelled like garbage to me. Supply needs to be safe, the wildlife needs to be safe, and we don't need to be in all of our real estate is vertical, and we don't need to have earthquakes in a city like New York.
I just want to know, like, do you think that we can probably do something different? Like,
we definitely have to conserve the trees because we won't have much wildlife if we don't have any trees. And we also had a whale, a dolphin that was here last week, and I saw the dolphin. And it was disturbing to me because I don't know what effect the environment is having on him being stuck here or caught here, or what was he doing here. Yeah. He was just spinning, and I don't know if that has something to do with it, for hours.
Well, it's definitely the contamination in the water.
Every time you hear about young people being murdered, either by police, or by racist vigilantes, you have people who say, okay, maybe what happened there is wrong. But you know, these youth are no good. They can't be about nothing. Well, I'm here to say, you're wrong. Yes, they can.
Our youth are being snatched up. They're being gunned down by the police. They're being trapped and sent to prisons for lifetimes. Over 80,000 people are in solitary confinement, treated worse than animals. This is a criminal system. It was founded on slavery. You had 100 years of Jim Crow terror, and now you have the new Jim Crow. And it's not going to end until we end this system. This is why we're talking about real revolution. We're out here to fight for justice for Trayvon Martin. But we're also here because 30 years from now, 20 years from now, we don't want to be looking at this again.
Con los terroristas.
Harlem Shake.
I think this is terrible. I think this is disgusting. I don't understand why you guys are imitating it. This is worse than blackfacing. This is ridiculous. Why are you guys disrespecting Harlem? Why? And wasn't this made in like Ethiopia?
In the quiet village of Macadam, New Brunswick, they're wondering what's going on down there. The earth is in turmoil, creating dozens of measurable earthquakes in the past month.
I believe we've had about 39 altogether of small earthquakes or aftershocks.
Most have a magnitude of between 1 and 2. It sounds small, but it's causing some buildings to quiver and knocking pictures off walls. And that's a big deal to the people who live here.
Big, humongous blast. We've been surprised every time one happens. Now we jump and yell.
The same way they reacted in central Canada 2 years ago after a magnitude 5 earthquake that shook buildings from Sudbury to Quebec City and as far south as New York City.
The gas company flares wells after they get done fracking them. And from what I understand, it's to burn off any impurities, to lower the pressure from underneath, and to dry the gas out. I mean, they just do it for a number of reasons. Or, you know, I think it's a waste, actually. I think it's a waste of the, you know, the property owners or the unit owners, because there should be many. I think it's a big waste of gas. God knows how much they're wasting. But
how long generally do these flares last?
About a week.
And it's 24 hours a day?
24 hours a day, it'll be 7 days. They usually do it 7 days, and unless they go on, I've heard they go for 14 days.
What's it like living by something like that?
The closer you are, the noisier it is. It's just constant. If this far away, I would say it's maybe 2 miles from here, if that. It's a constant hum. You can hear it at night. But when you live that close, I don't know if I'd be able to stand it. That's awful. Like a jet engine just constantly going, or freight trains, or however you want to, describe it. It's loud.
$15,000 activists come together to help ban fracking. So tell me, do you want your water contaminated?
People wanna drill, but all they would do is kill. Do you really wanna harm the world they mill? So remember that. Think before you frack. 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 Our youth are being snatched up. They're being gunned down by the police. They're being trapped and sent to prisons for lifetimes. Over 80,000 people are in solitary confinement, treated worse than animals. This is a criminal system. It was founded on slavery. You had 100 years of Jim Crow terror, and now you have the new Jim Crow, and it's not going to end until we end this system. This is why we're talking about real revolution. We're out here to fight for justice for Trayvon Martin. But we're also here because 30 years from now, 20 years from now, we don't want to be looking at this again.
We're going to be part of the youth in this generation, and we're going to be part of the youth in this generation who are part of putting an end to those days. Who are part of putting an end to those days. When this system and its enforcers. When this system and its enforcers. Does whatever they want to people. Does whatever they want to people. Without people being inspired and organized. Without people being inspired and organized. To stand up. To stand up. And build up the strength to end this madness. And build up the strength to end this madness.